Hey guys, it's Josh. I'm just making my video on this week's topic of passing. Um, I think that can cover a huge, broad spectrum of things that can take up many weeks of videos. My experience personally with passing has been bittersweet. I've been on testosterone for nearly 3 years. I live completely stealth, where nobody in my current life, any new people I meet, they have no idea that I am transgender. And no one ever questions if I'm male or female or whatever the case is. I think passing has very little actually to do with being on hormones or binding or packing or things along that line. I think it's more about a confidence. I think when we go around trying to overcompensate for being transgender males, I think that draws more of an attention. Kind of like, for example, if someone, let's say, you always notice this girl, let's say she's trying to highlight her eyes, so she has like a mountain of eyeliner on and she looks like a circus clown, or like Mimi from the Drew Carey show or whatever it is. That's kind of what it's like, I think, with a lot of guys when they try to overcompensate. Either going around super manly and super like trying to lower their voice and be all. I think that's a little. I think that draws more attention to the fact that there's something that's different about this particular individual. I think important parts of passing is binding, of course, depending on your chest size. Also, packing, but packing a normal-sized packer. Don't go and get like the 7-inch ginormous dong from whatever and then expect it to look natural, because it's not. A biological male's flaccid penis is like 3 inches. So walking around with a half a foot of a salami in your pants is only going to draw attention to you and not positive attention. I knew a person, a trans man, that I didn't know he wasn't on testosterone or anything along that line. The thing that made me know he didn't have any facial hair. He bound his chest. I wouldn't have known he was trans if he didn't make it so obvious by packing a giant penis. Made him look like he had an exorbitant boner. And by trying to lower his voice. Be like, hey, could I have a lighter? That is what made me know he was trans. If I didn't know that, if he didn't do those things by having a 14-inch long penis or whatever it was in his pants and trying to be anything but himself, I would have honestly had no idea. And he hadn't been on T, and he didn't have any facial hair, and he didn't have any of those things. He just did the binding, and he just had a confidence about himself. But then again, by going through and he wasn't even packing right. Like, it looked like he was sticking straight up and like it was just bizarre, and it was uncomfortable, and it was one of those things like a train wreck that you really can't watch it, or you shouldn't, but you do. Like when he'd walk at you, it was just like moving, like it was just horrible. So those kind of things are things that will help you pass a little better. Binding, packing. The biggest thing is confidence. Passing and being male has nothing at all to do with testosterone. Absolutely nothing. Does it help? Of course it does. But having a beard, does it make me any more of a man than if I didn't have one? It's not going to be anything that defines your manhood. So, especially for trans guys that aren't on T or have decided to not take the testosterone route or whatever the case is, don't think that just because you're not on testosterone doesn't mean you can't pass, because you can. By other things like binding and, like I said, packing, just your overall stature, things along that line. So that is my experience with other people passing. For me, it's been bittersweet. I pass, like I said, 100% of the time. But part of dysphoria is when I look at myself in the mirror, I still see Jennifer. I still see the woman I was before I could really see the man I am. So that is my biggest struggle, being someone that looks the way I do now, that passes. I mean, I don't know how else to. I mean, I've had operations and all that stuff. I've been on hormones for a while. I'm hairy, like crazy hairy. So I pass, but at the same time, even looking at my body now, I still have little man boobs. I had my top done, but in a different. It was a different type of surgery. So anyway, but even looking at myself now, I still see Jennifer before I see Joshua sometimes. So don't think that just because I may pass 100% of the time and someone may not, I still feel the same way that someone else might feel. So being on hormones and even this far in the process doesn't change anything when it comes to how you pass. So that's pretty much my ideas on passing. Like I said, for new guys that are not on T, or even if you're starting on T, be confident in yourself and don't feel like you have to overcompensate with giant penises or, growing 7 chin hairs out to like 1.5 feet long. Just being yourself and knowing that you're a man, whether or not someone else may think you are. As long as you know what you are, that's all that matters. No one else does. So hope this finds everyone well. My video next week will be posted on Sunday because I'm having some surgery on non-trans related surgery on Monday. So I'll be out of the loop for like a week. So I hope everyone stays well next week. And I look forward to coming back on my normal Tuesdays the following week after that, the 27th. I hope you like my video. Sorry if I ramble. I do it all the time. But thanks for watching. Namaste.